Years.
Hang on, Mandy.
All right, so this is a commentary version. We're waiting for Ricky Pinzon to figure out how to internet.
RMFM. You're unmuted, and you should be able to talk.
Learn to internet, solves it. Don't speak. I know just what you're saying. So please stop explaining. I know you're good. I know you real good. Yeah, Artie's not having it. He's like, get it to fucking together. So, this is an hour and 24
Check your settings.
Minute slog.
Check your sound settings. Check your mic settings. You should be able to hear me at least.
I hear you, Artie. I hear you loud and clear. This Ricky Pinzon is a dangerous criminal.
What do you mean waiting? What? You're here.
Felon.
I hear you. A little bit.
And this is going to be difficult as it was the first time. But it's important for people to know what kind of idiots these sovereign citizens are.
Look what they times. We heard you a little bit, but you came out like a robot. Try it again.
And there's a weird noise there. Okay. Ricky's doing this on purpose because he's computer illiterate. Half of his content somebody else makes for him. Things have escalated since this, and I'm going to talk about it throughout. So, to try
RMFM. Come on now.
Make this shit fucking, like, at least tolerable. There's so many things that have happened since this particular interview with Artie, with Ricky Pinzon.
Don't look like they're going to bring me on.
There we go. A little bit. I heard you right there. What's going on, man?
Like, get a fucking microphone. Learn to sound. Learn to sound. Do you even know?
I just heard you, and now you're gone again.
Ricky playing games. Ricky Pinzon is playing games, or he's just that stupid. You decide. Some people have already decided. Like,
RMFM.
you're not teaching anybody anything.
And you're gone. Fucking hell.
Okay, so
Carl B. Thank you very much for
So he did that on
the,
purpose to try to fuck up Artie's show, try to get people to tune out, and people did. There's a jump scare for Artie there.
Drop in case it's an issue.
I don't think you're the issue, Mandy. I don't think you are.
Oh,
RFM, come on. Now.
oh,
This
a little
is not that
sensitive with
difficult.
the timeout
right.
button and the preachy shit, isn't she?
I mean, for fuck's sake, if you really need me to like invite you to a goddamn Google Meets, then fine.
So that's why Ricky was
But for
triggered
God's
by the
sake,
Discord. You never been in Discord before?
If that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. But in the meantime, I'm gonna play the rest of Popo Medic's video.
Yeah, Ricky learned to fucking internet, dude. You're like this famous celebrity, right? Like you're like the boss ass
All right,
cop
5, 4,
watcher.
3,
You're a
2,
public
and
figure.
Uno. All right.
Okay, so
I'll
yeah,
send
Ricky's
up a
playing
Google
games.
Meets invite. That should be easier.
People were still inside the store. What did you do?
That's the documentary that my footage is in. Oh, yeah.
Guarding his property. You got anybody out there?
Well done, Artie. Well done.
All of the merchants here are not going to wait for the National Guard or police.
Actually got paid a pretty penny for that.
About guerrilla warfare, and it's right here, right on the premises here. Just about every one of the individuals in this.
Radio Korea quickly became dubbed Koreatown's makeshift command center, warning listeners of the whereabouts of incoming looters. And
you know what? I'm not in this,
system,
not this
shop
particular
owners to call out for
documentary.
help
No,
over
no.
the
LA
air.
92
After the realization
and
sank in, there would be no
Streets of
response from
Compton.
police, fire, or EMS.
Yeah, because
Already
as soon as the guy started narrating,
responding to
I was like,
thousands of
nah, it's not
ongoing
me.
emergencies.
But I don't know why they ever put my footage in this, because my footage was a full decade later. I know decades is hard for these cop baiters like Tom Zebra and Ricky Monday. And
A local resident by the name of Ina Cho and
so they're
president
still
of the
waiting for
Korean
Ricky to
Veterans
figure it out,
Association
so that's
in
why we're
1982,
watching this
was listening to the broadcast
footage
and decided
here
to call in
about
a
the
little
LA
broadcast of the
riots.
zone, requesting all Korean Marine Corps veterans to respond to the area. Soon after, a group of around 15 Korean Marine
So yeah, I
Corps
have
veterans
friends that were in LA
arrived,
during
equipped
that
with
time. They
rifles
said it was
and
pretty
rendezvoused
scary.
with Cho. The men responded to a large electronics warehouse.
Oh, did Ricky show up?
Is that Ricky? How you doing, Ricky?
Duh. Huh? Yeah, dude can't even fuck it. He's doing it on purpose because he's trying to annoy
What's up,
Artie's
Artie?
audience.
How you doing, man? Oh, I'm doing fine. How you doing? How you doing, man? Oh, I'm doing fine. How you
Like,
What's
what
the
are you
story,
proud
Ricky?
about?
What's the story, Ricky?
He thinks he's the shit. He has like 31,000 sock accounts. Dude, learn to fucking internet. Learn to edit.
up, Artie?
Learn to do
How are you?
something with your life.
I'm doing fantastic, man. How are you?
How you doing, Artie?
That took 7 minutes for this fucking moron to
What's going
figure
on,
it
man?
out.
Hey, like I said,
It's
what's
a lot
what's
of
going on? What's going on?
Artie's got to go into his settings because Ricky doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He's got an echo going. He's standing there like he's proud, like he won something, like he did something proper. Like, what the fuck? You ain't done shit with your fucking self. You're a violent
I'm here. You have a set of words.
narcissist, mentally
I've been
ill
talking to you the whole time,
criminal.
dude. Also, can you try and like mute YouTube or whatever you're listening to this because I'm getting feedback here. YouTube, whatever you're listening to this because I'm getting feedback here.
What shitty tattoos.
It's funny how you don't have video of my end. I have a perfect system. Different
Oh, because you you're gonna
Yeah,
file a
perfect
copyright
system.
claim? Is that is that what it is, Ricky? How many
What do you
you
wanna
filed
ask me,
against
Artie?
me, but
Am I
nobody
a
else?
sovereign citizen?
Out of the 30 other
Well,
videos,
given the
about
fact
here.
that you say and assert all the things that coincide with a sovereign citizen, yes. But please try and
Boom.
cut down
Roast.
the echo, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult for me to fucking edit. Look at all these, dude. He just want to get on there and waste Artie's time and act like I'm a badass because I got on the show. And I told Artie, I said, don't bring him
What's
back
up,
on
Artie?
because he's
There we go. I think we
Desperate
solved the
for
problem here.
relevance,
Yeah.
for clout.
All right.
Already
perfect.
gave it
no
to
more
him.
echo. Awesome. So yes, dude,
But
I
it
think
didn't
you're a
go
sovereign
well.
citizen because based upon the arguments that you present in chat and the arguments that you've already presented previously. So you espouse the hallmarks of what we would generally term to be sovereign citizen-like argument. Yes.
Boom.
Is a sovereign
Roasted.
citizen something like somebody that has a different belief than you?
No.
That's the
Uh-uh.
argument? Oh, you came out soft already.
Okay, a sovereign and a citizen can't be the same in the same sentence because one, sovereign is independent and separate from the rest of the state, and citizen is the property or chattel of the state.
Look how confident he looks.
Of
He's
course,
like,
I
know
understand
what-
that the
I
two
know some big
terms
words. I
seemingly
read
are
some big
seemingly
words, but I don't know how to
oxymoronic.
put them together.
However, the problem that you're having here is that the term sovereign citizen was not invented by anybody else except for the original self-proclaimed individuals who said that they were sovereign citizens. I understand that that's not
you don't
something
know.
that you personally label yourself as. I understand that. The
He's
term
never
sovereign
dealt
citizen
with
is intended to
intelligence
be
like
a
Can you say the
general
word
label.
that I label myself as what is citizenship? Is it a privilege or is it something that's just given to
These
you?
are like
Well,
some
citizenship
weird
is a-
talking points that he
citizenship
read
is a
online
right.
from some idiot commenter.
It's a birthright.
For who? For who? For the people that are born here?
Correct. And the people who naturalize from immigrants.
Okay. So that would be the 14th Amendment citizen, correct?
What
Of
about the
course.
10th Amendment, Ricky?
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So where does this 14th Amendment citizen become the sovereign citizen part? I'm missing that.
No,
Okay.
you misunderstand. The term sovereign citizen, again, is a label given to people who adhere to pseudo-legal arguments in court, asserting that they do not have to abide by the local, state, or federal laws that the rest of the citizenry are required to abide by.
You mean like the police and the courts and everybody else that get to defy the laws, that have absolute immunity from prosecution or
He has a one-track
anything
mind.
of the sort
He
for
hates
their
cops so
criminal
much
conduct
because
or
they
their
held him
wrongdoing?
accountable.
No, I'm
Is
not.
that who you're talking about?
Nope, not at all. I'm referring
Because-
to individuals
because
who
it's-
argue.
Is that not a fact?
No,
God,
That's
you
not a
look
fact.
stupid
Are you
already.
sure about
We're
that
only
already?
what,
You want me to
14
quote?
minutes in?
I'm well aware.
12 minutes
I'm
in?
well
Jesus.
aware of what qualified immunity is.
Yeah, qualified immunity and sovereign citizen is
And
not the
would you care to
same
explain this to your
comparison.
people?
Qualified immunity is where the
God,
police
he's so
are,
confident. Look at him
or
tweaking,
judges
dude.
Are
Just the
able
police?
to.
Can't
police
wait to
or
touch his
judges,
papers. He
let me
downloaded some
continue.
shit.
Let me answer your question. Where police, judges, or prosecutors are immune from civil suit when it comes to actions that are done in the course of their official duties. That's the very general explanation
Correct.
of what,
Ding, 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 ding,
qualified
ding, ding,
immunity is.
ding. You lose.
Okay, so if a judge behaves, or if a judge misbehaves, or if a prosecutor oversteps their judicial authority and acts with a conflict of interest with the judge, point of order, doesn't follow the rules of proceedings, and or accepts donations from the prosecutor's office for their
What donations?
re-election campaigns, the judges, and they don't disclose that conflict of interest, and nobody questions it, but that one person that comes through and questions that donation or that point of order that
One track
has been
mind.
stepped out of bounds. Who is to say that
This dude's totally
this
educated by
judge isn't
Facebook, everybody.
qualified from being removed,
And probably like one
and somebody
group
else
or
placed in
one
charge?
like
Who gives the
page
judge
he
the
attached
authority to
himself to,
decide his
and he
own
was like,
jurisdiction?
yeah, whatever you say.
If a judge is unable to decide their own jurisdiction, how is a question of jurisdiction going to be heard in the first place?
Boom, roasted.
Well, by the demur, it must be dismissed.
So basically, when you submit a challenge to jurisdiction and you believe that the judge that you're submitting this demurrer to does not have jurisdiction, the judge automatically has to rule in your favor because they can't assess whether or not they have jurisdiction?
I don't know about your state's law, but I know the California Civil Code of Procedure
Okay.
Why not
I know
Oklahoma?
That implies
Oh, we'll get to that.
within the procedure
Oklahoma,
that
Ricky. Why don't you tell us
if
about Oklahoma?
there is a established fact that
2007.
controverts is the word in this book,
He's a California
that
expert. He's a
controverts the
California
word of the
celebrity,
judge.
everybody.
or the proceedings to the fact,
He's a public figure,
then
and he doesn't.
it must be
like he wants to be a public
removed,
figure.
or
He doesn't
the
want to be a
judge
public
must grant
figure.
leave
Okay.
to that proceeding.
He doesn't
You're
like
not, you're not
parody
listening to what I'm saying.
criticism.
You're making a challenge, correct? You're making a challenge to.
No, I'm not making a challenge.
Are you?
You're
You're making a.
I'm not the one
I'm
making
sorry.
the challenge. I'm
You're
the one
making
that's
a-
brought to the court.
You're the one who's making a demur, right? Of a jurisdictional issue, correct?
No, no, that's not.
See,
No,
What,
simply
this is
asking
some
a
nerd
question.
legalized.
What are you
Simply
asking?
asking a question about the proof of claim that the prosecutor is bringing before the judge.
Like I
And
feel
does
like
the
I get
judge really have
stupid
the right
listening to this
grant
guy.
that jurisdiction to that prosecutor, being
you're-
the fact
but-
that there
but you're-
might be certain conflicts of interest
But you're.
that are in
Hold
fact
on.
taking place.
You're talking about two different things. You're talking about one, a conflict
I'm
of
not.
interest. You're talking
Why
about
did you
jurisdiction,
let
and you're
this
talking about
fucking
conflict of interest.
idiot on
Those
your
are two
panel?
different issues. Are they
They're
not?
two separate subjects. They're two different subjects.
Oh, his mind is all over the place.
But they
Okay,
can
so-
both fall in line in the same in the
Artie
same
likes
reason for
toying
the
with
demur.
idiots like this. These Dunning Kruger
Can they
people.
not?
Ricky
They
doesn't
can-
even
they
know
can
what
be
Dunning
raised
Kruger
in
means.
a single motion, correct?
It means you're too
Right.
stupid to know that you're dumb.
So you
And if
can
that
raise-
single motion is brought.
You can raise an issue of a conflict of interest, and you could also raise a jurisdictional issue.
Ricky's just here for legal advice
Well,
to
why
pick
does the judge,
Artie's brain because he has no
whenever
lawyer. He can't afford
he
a
is
lawyer. He doesn't want to
acting
pay a
in
lawyer
his
if he
fiduciary
loses.
capacity, and that fiduciary presentation is challenged, he acts like it doesn't matter the simple rule or the simple regulation that's supposed to be followed according to the
He's
civil
like
code of
talking about like
procedure.
five
Well,
different
why don't they
things
follow
all
it?
at once. He's
Well, here's
not
the thing. When
making
you're
any
making-
sense or
you're
point.
raising these two issues. You're raising those two issues. The first person that's going to make a determination on those two issues is going to be that very judge himself. And if the judge rules in a case that you disagree with, you have the right of appeal. You can appeal the judge's decision, which includes the judge's
Well,
determination of whether or not.
that's not up until conviction. We're talking about way before conviction even takes place, Artie. We're talking right now as you like to make fun of me
I do.
about my recent appearance in,
I do.
in the city of Inglewood. Hey, guess what? That charge is dismissed. That charge
Okay.
got thrown smooth the fuck out. Guess what? Guess what motion granted it, Artie?
Oh, what motion?
Guess what
granted it?
motion?
I don't know, your call flood?
Proof of claim.
Oh, proof of claim, really?
Proof of
This is
claim
all
according to
bullshit.
California
Ricky's
Civil
gonna
Code
go
Procedure
into
1300,
like thinking he's such
Oh,
a
yeah.
badass that he's off the hook.
subparagraph D,
Oh yeah,
permanent S cheat.
But they're playing with
That's
him.
what got
Permanent
the case
SG.
They're
dismissed.
milking him.
that's what got it dismissed.
Permanent S cheat.
That's what the dismissal order says.
Well, they didn't give me a dismissal order. They didn't give me any kind of order. They just dismissed the case
Oh,
based
so-
on the
so the-
claims that I
Okay.
presented.
Oh, but you're saying wait? They don't say that it was based on your claim, but you say
They don't
it
give
is
me a
based on your
dismissal
claim.
order. They didn't give me no kind of order. They read my shit. They gave me a lot of shit. They gave me a lot of shit, Artie.
So you're
Yeah.
assuming that the dismissal was due to the paperwork that you submitted.
Well,
Look at
there
him
was no
trying to
judge
friend
that
up
represented
Ricky.
me.
He's
There
trying
was
to
no
friend
lawyer
up
that
Artie.
represented me in the case.
I never said that there was a lawyer that was representing you.
Right. Right.
All I'm simply asking is whether or not the dismissal was due to the paperwork that you
Yeah,
submitted.
he went pro se.
It was based on the paperwork that I submitted. Yes.
And
Oh.
what is the evidence of that?
The evidence is you can find it on the court document. You can type it in yourself. You have access to that stuff. You know my name. You can look
So
it
what
up.
you're so
Yeah,
what
you're
saying
so
is
important,
that
dude.
you submitted paperwork,
A
and
lot of
then
it.
at a later date they dismissed
After
your
I filed a
citation.
federal
He's talking
lawsuit
about,
on the
like,
judge.
4 or 5 different things. Like he's
So you're doing a post hoc
Trying to
ergo
cover,
proper hoc.
like,
in
all
other
4
words, you
bases
submitted
at
something,
once.
No.
and then They dismissed it.
I made a claim. I made a claim based on point of order.
It's like a 1st and 10
so-
at the
so
20, and
you
you're like
are
standing
not-
in the end
Tell-
zone.
why
That's
don't you-
all I'm
why
going
don't
to
you explain
defend
to
it.
your people what a point of order means, Artie.
All 11 guys right there in the end zone.
A point
Come
of
at me.
order
Come at me,
is
bro.
something that has nothing to do with a what
It's a
what
great
were you
game
originally
plan.
Charged with? Let me ask you
What
that
is
first.
what is a point of order, Artie?
Can I ask you what you were charged? Was this a criminal or civil action?
It's criminal misdemeanor, administrative citation.
Okay, it's administrative citation. So in
Uh,
other words, you provided.
Spectator.
He's so lost he doesn't
So
even
you-
remember.
Read the, why don't you,
And
why don't you
Artie's
read the law? Why don't you read
completely
the law
aware
that
of
I was
this.
arrested for, Artie.
You never-
Simply
you-
look it up. It's Inglewood
you haven't even told me
Municipal
yet.
Code.
Okay.
It's Inglewood Municipal Code
Okay.
3-155A.
Fraudulent conveyance of a judgment debtor?
Inglewood Municipal Code 3-155A. That's what I was arrested for.
Spin,
3-155A.
spin. He's trying to misdirect.
3-155A. Yes, sir.
Yeah, there. Yeah, see, look, he's like, yeah, did you catch
Spectator.
that? I can't see. I'm watching you
So
very
you're a spectator.
closely.
So,
Like he's a lawyer. Look at
and
him, like, flipping
you
through the
were
papers like
cited
a
for
fucking
this?
tweet
You were given a
bag.
citation.
I was arrested for this.
Oh, you were gonna arrest.
I was taken to jail, and my property was converted to public interest from my private possession. So
And so then you didn't go to court. You just simply submitted this paperwork.
no, I did go to court. I went all the way up to pretrial discovery.
Congratulations.
Pretrial discovery.
So he's
I
mad
don't
that
see
they
anything
stole
but
your
free- you
phone
said
and they got all the
3-155A,
information, all the
correct?
threats, all the shit
Yeah,
you've been
yeah.
talking.
The way that Inglewood has it wrote up, it's Inglewood Municipal Code. It's really hard to find, but they have it like they have it chalked up, man. Even the citation.
No.
I have the-
He's
I
so
have the code
scared
right
now.
here.
He wants to come off like he knows what
General
the fuck he's
regulations,
talking
parking
about, but he knows he probably should
regulations,
shut the
Inglewood
fuck
Business
up.
Code, vehicles and traffic, chapter 3. Okay, so 3-155A.
155A.
A? 155A or 155A?
I said 155A. There's 1554 and 154, and then there's 155, but they both say pretty much the same thing.
See? They know he's fucking lying. You fucking lying bitch. That's fraudulent conveyance of a judgment debtor.
Prohibition of spectators at illegal
That means
motor
you don't
vehicle
pay
speed.
your fucking
Okay,
child
so you were
support.
at
And your
a street racing
Baby mama has
event,
gone the full
and you
distance
were-
against you.
I was recording the event. I heard the call come over the radio, the scanner, and being my particular interest in the city of Inglewood and the drug dealing conspiracies,
You got meth baggies on
I've been
camera.
monitoring the city of Inglewood for quite some time, and I am a journalist. It's
So-
on my
Boyfriend
arrest
Daniel
paper.
Solomon.
Section
I'm a
3
journalist.
1
What does it say? Anybody within anyone within 500 feet, Artie?
any individual
Anyone
who is
with-
any individual 3-155A, any individual who is knowingly present as a spectator either on a public street or highway or on private property open to the general public without the consent of the owner, operator, or agent thereof at an illegal motor vehicle speed contest or exhibition of speed is guilty of a misdemeanor.
No offer or presumption of innocence there? Is anybody that's present, Artie? Anybody that's absolutely present?
You were riding
Any
your
individual
bicycle around
knowingly
in
present as a spectator,
circles
yes.
in the middle of
But
an
that's an
intersection, pretending
But
you were
it
some
is.
kind
But
of
what if
fucking street takeover.
What if somebody just so happened to be sitting at the bus bench, Artie, and all these street
were-
racers came and they clogged
Oh
the
my
intersection?
god. You're spin,
And
spin,
the bus
spin.
can't get to the person that needs to get picked up by the bus. So they just so happen
That's
to be
not
within
what you were
25
doing.
feet
You
of the
admitted
intersection.
that you were listening to the
And
radio,
Law
the police
enforcement just so
scanners.
happens to see you sitting there in the middle of this so-called event, and
Well,
they
Professional
decided to target
victim.
you, and you was doing. You're not even a part of it. You're just merely present, And it,
Well,
and it
hold on a
says,
second.
You were
I'm
riding
saying
your
that
bicycle
without
around in
regard to
circles
how
in the
that
middle
person
of an
arrived.
intersection
Hold
on
on a second,
camera. You
Ricky.
posted it yourself.
3-156 says is the next part of the code. It says relevant circumstances to prove a
I
violation.
wasn't cited for that. I was.
But this is pertinent to the issue, correct? Relevant circumstances to prove a violation of section 3-155 includes the time of day, the nature and description of the scene, the number of people at the scene, the location of the individual charged in relation to any individual group present at the scene, the number and description of motor vehicles at the scene, the individual charge drove or was transported to the scene, the individual charge has previously participated in an illegal motor vehicle speed contest or exhibition of speed, the individual charge has previously aided and abetted in an illegal motor vehicle speed contest or exhibition of speed, the individual charge has previously attended an illegal motor vehicle speed contest or exhibition of speed, or
How
the
am I supposed to
individual.
know anybody's speed? How am I supposed to know anybody's speed, Artie? How can I know anybody's speed?
All I'm
How can I know
providing,
which vehicle on the roadway is
Ricky,
illegal?
I'm providing you with the
You don't need to provide
circumstances.
me. I know what it says.
I thought
I
you
know
said
what
you
it
were.
says.
You don't know. You just told me that you were
I know what
charged
it
with
says.
it. You said
That's what I was charged
1-56
with.
was. You were charged with
No,
3-155.
155A.
Right, but
155.
but 3-156 isn't a charge.
He's
Okay.
so lost.
I
He
don't
doesn't
know why
even
you're-
know.
I don't know why you're going after me about this because
I'm not
3-156
going after
isn't a
you,
charge.
Artie. I'm not at all.
3-156.
He's expecting nobody to look it up.
Describing the circumstances or the totality of what
Okay.
may cause an officer to cite
Hey.
you for a 3-155 violation, but you don't want
You
to
feel
listen to that.
you feel dumb yet?
No,
I'm giving you-
I read it over. and
Relk
over.
One, you
I've
feel
read it
dumb
many
yet?
times.
Defending
You
this
thought
fucking idiot.
3-156 was an extra charge, but it obviously
should
is
be.
not.
No, I never got cited for 156, man. I got charged for 155A
But you-
and not having a headlight.
but
on
you're
my
saying you
bicycle
read
at
it.
nighttime.
But you're saying you read it all.
Artie, obviously, I have read it. Artie, I have over 60 pages, about 14 different types of motions that I've filed in my own defense.
Oh, so
And
you're
I'm sure
a
you have.
guess what?
vexatious,
You know what? I'm
vexatious
sure
you-
litigant,
With all due
Princess
respect,
Brady motion is,
paper
right?
With all due
paper
respect,
terrorist.
Ricky, the number of motions that you filed is not
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
consequent.
matter. They don't matter. Somebody
You're
has
right.
to read those fucking motions.
Absolutely, you're right.
Oh, so you're wasting the court's
number of
time.
motions
Read
you
those motions,
filed
right?
does not.
Vexatious.
The number of motions you
vexatious.
filed have nothing to do with whether or not they're meritorious.
Right.
Professional victim. Ding,
Right,
ding, ding.
but
Boom.
Also, the
Roasted.
circumstances of the fact, the totality of the issue is, I wasn't there as a spectator. It's well known by them, my name, my YouTube channel,
But see,
and
you
the
should
fact
think.
that I am
What?
a journalist. By their
so
own
you
words.
admit you're
well,
famous.
you're
You're
right,
a public
Ricky. You're absolutely
figure.
right. You are
Oh,
a
wow.
journalist with big fucking air quotes. I get that. But
Not a
the
journalist.
officers may not know that. I mean,
iPhone
with all due
journalist.
respect,
How do they not know that? They know me by name, Artie. They know
they
me
do.
by first and last name, Artie.
Ricky
How can they
Pinzon.
not know that?
Well, if they know
How
you by
can they not know that? Especially
You're so
after I
famous.
rat out, especially after I rat out Johnny Baca
who?
to the FBI, and 2 weeks later,
So you're a
FBI
rat.
shows up after they already arrested Baca, goes straight over to the Inglewood Police Department and confiscates all of their computers and their laptops,
Who?
all that shit, their cell phones, and they had to issue a reimbursement of
He's acting like he
of,
had
of
anything to do with it
emergency
at all.
order
He
of,
came up with
supply or
everything
whatever Mayor
after the
Butts did
fact
over
to
there.
attach
and
himself
they
to
had to
the
replace
story.
all that equipment.
Him and
already,
Daniel Solomon,
'cause
Tom
somebody
Zebra,
called and ratted them out.
I don't. Okay.
taking credit for something
Ricky,
they
you're
did
gonna have
not
to give me-
do.
you gave me a name, and you're now saying that you ratted out or submitted a tip to the FBI, who
Already,
then in turn.
who then
Who then in turn rated. You're right. You're right. It has nothing to do with anything.
Deflect,
Correct.
deflect,
Absolutely
deflect.
A sovereign citizen does not pertain to the topic when it comes to me.
Right
So
back
I can.
to square one, aren't we?
And remember
Bebo?
how you told me, Artie, I would not get my passport? Remember how you said that, Artie?
I told
Remember
it
how
was
you
worth
swore
it.
up and down on my live stream, Artie, that I wouldn't get my passport?
Yep.
He's
That
so
if I
proud of
owed
this.
child support and all that other shit, and if I
Well,
had
I
a
didn't-
felony and everything else, you
Well, I
said
didn't
that.
say
You have
anything
two
about that.
felonies,
I didn't say anything
Oh,
about
yeah,
about,
you
should get
about a
three.
passport
I
or
have it.
child
and
support.
you're out.
I say
Ricky
Ricky
said that.
Monday.
no. What I said was
You
whether
said
or
I
not
wouldn't
you.
get it, Artie.
I said that you wouldn't get it.
Artie.
I said that you wouldn't get it on the issue that you were going to turn yourself into a American national.
I got it under the grounds of American national, Artie.
I'm not a sovereign citizen,
You
but
got your
I got it
passport.
let
under the
me tell you
grounds.
about sovereign
So
citizens.
now you're a
Yes, sir,
citizen
yeah.
of American Samoa.
I am not a Samoan. It's anybody that is born. All the United States Americans, all United States citizens are United States nationals, but not all nationals are citizens. No more than all
And if you haven't
fishermen
hit
are
the like
captains.
button now, like
No.
please
I'm
hit
sorry,
the like
that's
button
not how
for-
that works.
and please, I like you.
How else did it
For
work, Artie? It
staying
obviously
on
worked
this
for me if I
long.
got the passport. If I got the documents that you told me that I wouldn't get, Artie.
Well, look, Ricky,
don't
I'm
think he
going to
did.
offer you that if you try and pull this and
You
try to
kind
leave
of
the
came up
country,
with that as your
using your
angle
passport.
to
What do I need
attack.
to leave the country for?
because
They can't revoke my passport.
well, that's
they
what I'm
cannot
saying.
even-
That'll be the actual applicable use of your passport, and to
He's
see
gonna
if you
run to
actually
Mexico or
can
Canada,
leave the
folks.
country
I'm
as a
free-
so-called
He's gonna ride
American
his
national.
bikie.
Because according to the
I'm
law
free to
as
go.
it's written, according to the law as it's written,
What law?
only American Samoans are
What is American
non-citizens,
Samoan? What is
non-citizen
that?
nationals.
No, that's not what it says in 8 USC 1401 section subset
No, it does say that.
INA
Oh,
1101
Yes, the
20
Immigration and
Oh.
Nationality Act. Yes,
Immigration.
Ricky, already knew it right off.
correct.
1101.
Man, Artie's a
21B.
great
Uh-huh.
he's a great lawyer.
And see, where did you get citizen,
Attorney.
sovereign citizen from?
I don't know the word. I'm not
Basically
a
just quoting
legalese.
straight out of their federal law book.
Because the idea
He's a
of
guy that
becoming
like
a,
cross-examiner.
non-citizen, but
That's it.
an American national is straight out of a
I don't even know if that's
Soft
right.
playbook by what's her face, Judge
He's
Wright.
got that passport up there
Rights.
like he's just so
Anna
proud
Wright.
of it.
It
There
has
you go.
nothing to it has nothing to do with that because it's quoted
Anyone
in the
can get a
American
passport,
Immigration
Ricky,
and
as long as
Nationality
you
Act.
got a clean record.
Yes,
So
because
therefore, it
that's
has
in direct
Jump through the
reference.
hula hoop.
That's in direct reference to American Samoa.
It's the guy that collects
because they are
at
non-US
Social Security,
citizens,
by
but
the
they're
way.
American
He's
nationals.
a burden on the
Samoa.
taxpayer.
It's anybody
It
He's
is.
a welfare
born.
leech.
No, it's not.
It absolutely is.
No, it's not, Artie. All right. Well, if you say so, Artie, I mean, you're the one with the law degree.
You're
the
right.
one that
Ding, ding,
spent
ding,
Thousands
boom,
and thousands
roasted.
and thousands of dollars.
Yeah, don't
And
remind me.
I go file a
Acts like
federal
he's
claim, right?
won
Artie?
anything
Uh-huh.
so far.
And I filed my claim under the diversity of citizenship, and it doesn't get denied under the diversity of citizenship. Matter of fact, they gladly accept it, Artie. So therefore, there must be some kind of established diversity.
Wait,
Present.
wait, who accepted your federal suit?
The federal clerk of the court.
You know they
Boom,
accept
roasted.
everything that they receive, right? That doesn't mean
Well,
that
no,
they're
they
accepting
don't.
your jurisdiction.
No, they
They can
don't.
di-
You
they
have
can
to fill,
dismiss
you
it.
have to fill out that cover sheet properly, Artie.
Uh-huh.
If you don't fill out that cover sheet, Artie, properly,
Well, can I
Man.
can well, hey, here's the thing, Ricky.
Paper
You said you filed a
terrorism.
federal suit, correct? Then that means that I can easily look up your case, your docket,
you
for
can.
Pacer.
You can. You can. You can.
Yeah.
I have a Pacer account too, Artie.
All
You
right.
can.
So
And it got dismissed. And it got
Oh.
dismissed because the judges have immunity.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Shocked that your case got
And-
dismissed.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I kind of knew it. I kind of knew it was going to happen.
Then
I
why
knew it was going
bother?
to happen.
Boom,
It wasn't why
roasted.
bother. It's why. What can I learn from it, Artie? It's what can I learn from it. It's what can I accomplish. It's what can I take in from the information and the response that the judge is going to send me back, and all these yellow envelopes, Artie,
Uh-huh.
and
you're
all
stupid.
these federal envelopes, Artie. I get all these federal envelopes from the federal court,
Yeah.
all these federal documents, Artie.
Paper terrorism,
Well,
folks.
why would they
Paper
even,
terrorism.
I got so far, so close, and
Saw it on a
Well, if
fucking
you got the-
YouTube
wait, did you
video
get
once and
dismissed
ran with
before
it.
even having the hearing?
well, yes, because they said
Okay, that's what I
failed
thought.
to I failed to state a claim which relief could be granted.
Oh yeah, they
I
told
didn't-
B6 to you. Right. No, that's
Yes,
pretty
yeah,
goddamn easy.
that's the-
In other words,
Yeah,
your
yeah,
case against
yeah,
me
and
is
now that
dismissed.
I understand that, I took that information, and then I attached that information to my motions that I filed in my pretrial
Dismissed.
discovery in my defense.
But you didn't
But-
want
And
to
that
pay for my
that
helped me out.
attorneys.
So you see what you see how I learned that, Artie?
You
You see
learned
how
that
I
because
took in
I
that
told you
information
that.
they gave me, and
Did
I
you?
Dumb
applicated it
motherfucker.
to what was important.
This dude
and
Did you
put it in
actually
my-
learn from
and-
this? I don't know if you did.
Boom,
well,
roasted.
I learned enough to know that pitch sprayed emotion, and I learned enough that a lot of other stuff that makes a claim under
Forma
Section
pauperis.
1300 of the California Civil Code of Procedure, permitted as cheap, the public benefit being returned and not claimed.
Yeah,
not
I'm going to
attached
say
by
that
domicile.
the California
not
Civil Code
citizen.
is not going to be applicable to your
Three
administrative
different
I already
cases,
said
three different
California.
things he's
I
talking
dropped
about.
the federal
He's
suit, okay?
just
I'm not gonna play
picking
the federal
Artie's
ball.
brain
Well, you
for
didn't- you didn't-
I'm
legalese.
just going to take it to the state court.
Hey, Ricky, you didn't drop the federal suit. They dismissed it under 12B6.
They dismissed it, okay?
Boom,
You're right.
roasted.
You're right. They dismissed it. Now, I took the information that I learned and I applied it to the state's case.
Uh-huh.
Now I know to just go play at the state level until the state gives me absolute dismissal and I need a federal appeal. Now I can bring it.
Gotcha. So now you learn
Good
that
luck
you
with
got
that.
to exhaust your remedies
Oh,
first
now
at the
you're going to
state
admit
level.
that I learned.
Now
Now you're going to admit that I learned.
Professional
Yeah, but
victim.
Now
You're
gonna admit
actually
that
not
I took in
learning.
something.
you're not really learning much. By
Yeah,
the
you
fact,
don't want to tell. You don't want your people to know that I'm learning, and you don't want people to take in this information.
no.
because you're dependent
I'll gladly tell.
on
I'll
their
gladly tell my
ignorance.
audience. I'll gladly tell the audience, guys. What Ricky tried to do is that he tried to file a
What
civil
Ricky
suit.
did, I didn't try. I did.
What
I
Ricky
did.
no, he tried to file a civil suit in federal
Semantics.
court while his state
I
court
did.
was
I
still
didn't
going.
try. I did.
While his state court was still pending, they dismissed it outright, and now
And
he's
that's
saying
the
that
young, that's what's that called? The Youngest Doctrine? Is that
Yes.
called the Youngest Doctrine?
Rooker.
Is that not called the Youngest
yes,
Doctrine?
yes, his younger.
And
Yes.
see,
Cherry
so
picking.
you, look, Artie. So don't say that I didn't learn anything, Artie. You
No,
don't
you-
know what.
no,
I
you
took
didn't.
in.
You didn't learn enough.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Boom.
You didn't
Roasted.
learn that this is a fool's errand.
Ah,
No, I learned it. I learned it. Proof
Artie
of claim
fucking
because I
owned
registered
you.
my claim on the county court of registers. According to the California Civil Code of Procedures requirement,
How many
revoking
times
the
does he put up
fiduciary's
that
position
book like it's
of
the
trust?
gospel or some shit? Like
That
he's
does nothing.
got it all figured out. You-
Revoking a
it's- I
have
fiduciary
never read a book that
trust
big.
does nothing.
What do you mean, Artie? It's
A
recorded.
judge is not a fiduciary to you in your
He's
advocacy.
acting. He's
For your-
acting with the privilege
This is like
No,
some
he's not.
Eric
on the
Grant
behalf of the
bullshit.
attorney general. Is he not?
No, that's not a thing. No.
Is he not? Is he not putting the money in that court into the state court's trust fund?
No.
Oh, there you go, sovereign
Is it
citizen.
not going to the comptroller's office for the state of California?
No, whatever
Come on, Artie, answer Ca-
whatever fines they get goes to the general fund of California. I don't know exactly where they get it. But
Okay,
that
so
does-
I'm telling
that-
you, according to the California Civil Code of Procedure.
okay, I'm going to
they
tell you
call
right
it in
now.
this
New
book-
generation
Ricky,
tyranny.
doing that, whatever you're fined does not create a fiduciary relationship between you and the judge.
Oh,
Boom,
no, the judge
roasted.
is not. It's not. He is not the fiduciary relationship. He is acting on the behalf with the authority granted, vested to him. He is behaving in that manner.
No.
He is not the fiduciary.
I'm sorry for that last
The
brain
judge is
cell you
not-
just
Fiduciary,
lost.
Artie.
Please stick with
There is
me.
no
It's worth it.
fiduciary.
What is it?
There is no fiduciary here.
Oh, yeah, are you sure, Artie? Are you
Yes.
really sure?
What if the child
Yes.
consents?
See, but why don't you? Artie's telling you there's no such thing as a fiduciary.
I
Look
never
it up.
said that. That's not-
FIDUCARY.
Guys, I didn't say that, but he's going to go ahead.
Yeah,
I didn't say
Ricky
there's
likes
no such thing
to
as a fiduciary.
act like he's winning when he's clearly losing. Like
Okay, you're saying the judge is not acting
even his own people
in
have
his
reached out
position
to
as a
me
fiduciary?
No,
and just
that's
said
exactly what I'm saying.
he's
He's
lost
not
his
acting in
fucking
any.
mind.
So
People that
Fiduciary
hate
capacity.
me.
Maybe I
have
interpreted
tuned out
that
Ricky
from
Monday.
somewhere in
Ricky
this
Pinzon
book right here.
Either you got it
See,
out, either you misinterpreted
I'm not going by New Jersey
lost
laws.
his fucking
Either you
mind.
misinterpreted from this
California laws.
you misinterpreted the California Civil Code, or you're pulling it out of your ass.
No, I don't
Boom.
think so.
Roasted.
But,
Figure it out, Ricky.
I know I have it screenshotted on my phone, but I think I know exactly where it's at.
Mr.
So,
Screenshot.
48,
He screenshots all the
10,
wrong things. Screenshot your own
15,
shit. I have.
430.
Now, bear in mind,
out.
Here it
the
is
only
right
time.
here. Go ahead, Artie.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What?
You said the only time?
Go ahead and say it.
No, you didn't complete your sentence, Artie.
The only time I can fathom where a judge might have any sort of capacity in that sense is in probate court, when they're dealing
Probate.
with
Real property?
executors. No, when somebody passes away and they're dealing with an estate.
Oh, what about the separate legal person that was terminated, Artie?
What separate legal person are you talking about?
Their corporate fiction?
What my corporate fiction?
Oh my God. This is just beautiful, man. I don't mind it. I don't hate you, Artie.
I thought you already had the pay. Are you gonna correct me or not? Correct me.
I am. I'm just lost here, man. Action that is or a proceeding.
Maybe
This
don't
is California
do
Civil Code of
dope
Procedure
so much.
403.070.
People will say you're on
okay?
heroin.
And then it proceeds. All right, so
Heroin.
I think
Talking
it
about
concludes at
cocaine. Heroin.
410. 405. Okay. 405.50. Anytime after a notice of penalty.
Hold on, give me 1 second so I can look it up for myself so we can read it together. Hold on a second.
All right.
You said the California Civil Code, correct?
California Civil Code of Procedure, CCP. 405.50.
405.50. Let me see here. Yeah, I have Rule 3. Wait. Let's see here. Rule 4. Where's 4? 3.
Ricky really thinks he's fucking smart, which is what Schrodinger cat was one of the last streams he did, and this Artie argument started with Ricky. And Schrodinger cat
the rule again, the exact
tuned in,
rule here.
and he did the Dunning-Kruger.
.50 California Civil Code of Procedure.
He's too
Article
fucking dumb
Withdrawal.
to know that he's dumb.
405.50.
Rest in peace, big cat.
405.50.
You weren't wrong.
Yes, it's only one paragraph.
All right, I'm looking at a different one. Hold on. Let me go. Let me just California.
We're halfway
Civil
through, and I am
Code 405.50.
exhausted. So if you're still with, oh my gosh, thank you for being here. I please don't watch his videos. Please don't.
Government's a notice of a release of a list pendants in California.
He's just so infatuated with me and just a complete
What does that have to do with
idiot. Like, he's been a leech for 5 years. He's white knighting for Tom Zebra.
On the county register.
He knows that I know a lot about him. He doesn't strike other people.
At any time
Only me.
notice of pendency
He
of
wants
action
me to
is
stop
reported
talking about him
pursuant
because
to the
I'm
title
telling the
of
truth
law. The
about
notice
this
may be withdrawn by reporting in
famous
the office of the
boss-ass
recorder in which
cop
notice of
baiter.
pendency was recorded or notice of withdrawal executed by the party who recorded the notice of pendency of action or by the party successor in interest. The notice of withdrawal shall be acknowledged.
Ding, 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 ding. You got it, Artie.
Oh man, we lost that round, didn't we? You
Okay,
won.
where-
You got him, Ricky. You got him. You got the whole chat right behind you. You got three new followers, man. That aren't your 31,000 fucking sock accounts.
I'm a mere lawyer, so you're gonna have to explain to me how this in any
You're
way
a lawyer, Artie.
creates
You're
a
a
fiduciary
lawyer.
interest
I'm not,
by
you're
the
not an
judge.
attorney. I'm sorry, you're not a lawyer. You're not a lawyer. You're an attorney.
Yes.
Explain to your people what you just read. Please explain to everybody what you just interpreted.
So
Please.
the way I interpret this is that when somebody files a lis pendens or records a lis pendens,
What is that? What is that? Please explain. Explain that
a lis
word
pendens.
solid. That word in the solid.
A lis pendens is when somebody files at a recorder's office that
See, Ricky's looking for
a piece
legal
of property
advice.
is a subject of a litigation,
Mm-hmm.
and you record it at a
And what
county
would be property?
a house.
What about your rights?
No,
What about your rights? Because
Ricky's
your
the-
rights are inside that house, aren't they?
no.
Ricky thinks that when he
How are they
uploads
not?
stuff
How are your rights
to
not inside that house? Do you not have the so-called Fourth Amendment right to be free of unreasonable searches and seizures, but up on probable cause?
Oh, my fucking
scramble
God. No warrant shall
brain.
issue?
What the fuck are you
So a
on?
piece of property and
Heroin,
pendency
cocaine,
related to real rights. Come on, Artie.
methamphetamine.
A lis pendens has to do with real property. It has nothing to do with your
Right.
rights.
How it says real property. Explain real property. A house with a tree attached to the land. Are you not attached to the land, Artie? Can you get off of the land?
Ricky thinks that when he
Can you
uploads
fly
a
around in
video
the
to
air?
YouTube, it's his
Can you
property.
Get off of the land whenever
When
you
it
want.
clearly states, and I don't
If
want
your
to
enclave is your house,
help him
or
in
your
any
real
sort of
property,
way, anytime
your
that you
rights not
upload to
included?
social media,
No.
it's gone.
inside of that real property,
It has nothing to do
It's
with a lis
gone.
pendens. No.
It doesn't belong to you unless you
Jesus
take
H.
the
you're right,
appropriate
Artie. Lis
actions.
pendens is
And that's
absolutely
after the
is-
fact
is
and
real
usually
property.
takes about
Real property,
90
according to the legal
to 6
definition,
months.
means anything that's
90
attached.
days to 6
Real
months.
estate, land.
Yes.
That's some
Land.
free advice for you there,
And
Ricky.
are you not attached to the land?
No.
Just because, and then this
How are you not
idiot
attached to the
goes
land? Do you not
and
walk on
uploads
it?
his
I
videos
can
to
literally
TikTok.
walk off it.
How? Where are you gonna?
Do you not
I
understand
can
how
go to my-
TikTok
the land.
works?
I can literally move my physical body off my land and go to a goddamn Dollar General.
It's not your land. It's federal territory. You don't own
It's-
it. You pay taxes on it. You don't owe shit.
I have
Oh.
the title to it,
Certificate of the
bitch.
deed.
My
You,
brain
no, you don't have a title.
hurts.
You have a certificate of the title. You don't
Yeah,
have
I'm just
a
trying to
title.
match him with the 3 different
You have a
things he's
certificate of the
talking, like,
title,
what
Artie.
The fuck are you?
See,
He like here's his talking points,
this one right here.
and like he's
This-
a danger.
this one right
This
here,
misinformation is a
explains-
danger. It should not be allowed on YouTube.
Federal code, the highway.
YouTube censors and
Uh-huh.
YouTube
It
people just
explains
aren't
that
clued
the whole
into the
fucking land of the United States
stupidity
is
of
federal
these sovereign
jurisdiction.
citizens.
No shit, Sherlock.
Okay, so your house is on federal jurisdiction, is it not? You don't own it, Artie. You pay taxes on it, don't you? You not pay
No.
taxes on that shit?
Taxes
the
are
fact that I pay
theft.
taxes does
Vote
not mean
Joe
that I have
Jorgensen.
ownership of it.
You
I
don't
can.
own it.
I
That
can
don't mean
sell
It means you don't own it, because if you own something, you don't have to pay for it again and again and again. You buy it one time.
Oh, okay. So
What
that
would
you
buy
have
it with?
you have a different definition of ownership that is separate from the layman's definition of ownership. Correct. Okay, gotcha.
Well, I'm not a reasonable person, Artie, by the legal definition.
Well, I mean, I think we kind of already understood that.
I'm not a reasonable person, because a reasonable person is someone that makes decisions in their communities. I'm
You
not
got to
a
hear him
reasonable
out
person.
on this
I
one.
don't
This
make-
this
I
goes
have nothing
crazy.
to do with the decision-making process in the community.
Clearly.
So, I mean, I understand your point. I thought the same thing too, Artie. I was stuck on that category, not understanding. So I took the time out, Artie, to get a bunch of lawyer stuff, man. I really invested in a bunch of, stuff to better educate myself in
Right.
understanding
You're
your
still stuck on
legal
stupid.
terminology.
I mean, well, I think it's pretty blatantly clear that we have a fundamental
Grammar.
disagreement on the nature of the
Oh,
law.
Ricky's
and how
grammar
we
is
understand the law.
fucking.
I
Oh my
believe that
God,
the law
what a
applies to
dummy.
me in every single bit, Artie. I'm not
This
a
dude
sovereign
never
citizen.
graduated high school.
Yeah,
He
except
never
when
paid
it does.
attention during
but,
English
but
class.
rules,
He's only
regulations,
learned
and policies that overstep the fundamental
from what he's read on the
principles of
internet.
enjoyment to
From
my
his
pursuit of
sovereign
happiness
citizen
and the
sites.
interruption that are
But see, that's what the
paramount.
problem.
See, he's talking
Ricky,
about
that's the
3 or
problem
4 or
here.
5 different
You
things all at
are
once.
deciding-
He's mentally ill.
yourself
Ah.
whether or not a certain law infringes upon that fundamental happiness.
But if we are all people independent and free and have by nature, it says by nature, California Constitution says by nature,
That's his mama's basement,
free
by the way.
by nature. Does nature not imply natural?
But you're ignoring the rest of the
Does
California
nature-
law.
Well, I'm quoting the California.
Nature, no, you're right.
Constitution.
Nature invokes natural. Okay, so then
Okay.
what's the
But
then
the
what's
California Constitution, Article 1, Section 1 says all people by nature are free.
okay?
So if all people by nature are free, there is no rule that can be attached outside of natural
So then,
application.
so then what's the point
That
of a
would-
legislature?
A legislature to create revenue for the state.
Wrong.
So they're pointless.
They're appointed by the governor, the lieutenant governor of the state, who is lieutenant, which is a military title.
So the voters have no say in who what encompasses the legislature.
The voters absolutely have no say in the appointment of legislatures.
Oh, it's
So the
QAnon.
legislatures aren't even the legislatures aren't even
Trump
voted
won.
on. They're appointed by the governor.
No, they're not in the state of California.
He
They're
only
not.
won
They're
by
appointed the
losing
lieutenant governor.
7 million
Fascinating.
votes.
So that's actually a very odd thing because my understanding of the U.S. Constitution is
Ricky
that
has
all
a very
states are required to have
ignorant
a Republican form of government.
view of
And
how
you're saying California doesn't.
government
And
works.
all
He
members
prouds,
of the
he prouds
all
himself
members
on
of the
being a
California legislature are
famous
decided upon by the
Californian
governor.
cop baiter, but he's from
The
Oklahoma.
legislatures are
and he
appointed by the
doesn't
lieutenant
understand
governor in the state of California.
politics.
The state of California is considered a free state. It was invaded by the Union in 1846, conquered, and taken place in 1850. That's when California became a republic.
Well,
Look it up.
Yeah, you're
and our
making your
actual
own.
constitution is
Well,
still standing, which is
California
Hidalgo
joined-
de Golape-
California joined the Union after the Mexican-American War.
after California was invaded by the Union states and they surrendered their land and their
Yeah.
banks to the Union, then they joined the Union, which is what, the states of the Union.
Huh?
California
Where
became a
can
state.
we find
Yes.
that Article 4, Section 2?
Man, he talks like he's
Oh,
really
fine.
winning this.
Entrance into a
conversation.
statehood.
Look at him. He just thinks he's so
the
confident, but then
Constitution,
he's like,
the Article 4, Section 2, where there's only like two
Yeah, I
places
know
in
it
the whole
offhand.
Constitution.
like I
They
know
mention
I
states
know
of
the
the Union.
taser, the
Okay.
It's like they
the
try to-
Star
they-
Wars
they try to
stormtrooper
scrub
used
that
in
word
episode 4 of
out
Star Trek.
of I learned already that I don't even use the Constitution for a defense because the Constitution is foreign to me. It's not applied to me. The Constitution is nothing but
Wait, so
a
you
contract.
don't-
It is
He's not a
granted by the
sovereign
government.
citizen,
The
though.
So you
government
don't have rights.
promises not to violate these rights. Well,
you don't
I
have
have
rights.
natural rights. I have natural human rights. Yes, I do.
natural human rights. Who defines what those natural human rights are?
There's, you know what? It's funny because the law beats around that. Somehow the United States
You don't
has
have rights.
found
You have
some kind of way
temporary
to
privileges.
So you can't. So you can't
cir-
define them.
circumvent the implementation of
Are
true
these-
common law.
Are these natural rights what you make of them? Are they based upon your own personal
No,
opinion?
the natural rights are you're born with them. You're born with these rights because
Then
you were
what are
born
they?
on the land. Like
Then what are they?
you're born with the rights. You're
What are
born
they?
with
What
rights on the
are
land.
these rights? What are they?
Property. Your rights
Okay.
are your property.
Okay.
I uploaded a video
what
to
property?
YouTube. It's my
Tangible
property.
real property, any property.
There, that at the moment, unless you claim it, you have no rights or you have no property. You're considered a juridical individual. A juridical individual does not have the capability or the capacity to be able to possess property or rights.
But you
Is that
still
like
haven't
the
even defined to me
Tenosians?
what these property rights are.
Well, the property, you don't have any. If you're a citizen, you absolutely have no property.
Okay,
You
okay,
are the
Ricky,
property of the
Ricky,
state.
Ricky,
So-
you're telling me what people don't have. I'm asking
They
you
don't.
as somebody. Ricky, I'm asking
That
you
shit
as
makes
somebody
no
who
sense.
says that you have natural rights. I'm
Literally,
asking you,
that
what
was
are
the
those
most
natural
stupid
rights?
thing
And
he
one of them
said.
you said was
And
property.
contradicting.
You haven't really
They
elaborated
lie in
yet
the same
what,
sentence.
what that entails.
Okay, I'll elaborate real easy. In the Ninth Amendment, it says
Why are you citing the
enumerated.
Ricky? You just said the
I'm just going to answer your
Ricky!
question. I'm just going to use your Constitution in the Ninth Amendment.
But Ricky,
That's it.
you just cited the Constitution. I thought you said the Constitution wasn't
I
relevant.
just said I'm going to use. It is irrelevant. Okay, I'll rephrase that. I'll redact that for your satisfaction, Artie. I'll redact that. Hey, cheers, Artie. I'm having a great discussion with you,
I'm
Artie.
not.
I know.
Cheers, man.
I'm trying, man.
This fucking
Salud.
sucks, dude. If you're still with us, if you're still watching,
Well,
oh my god,
Artie,
hit
I'm-
thumbs up by
what
now.
rights do
Please
you have
subscribe, ring the bell.
And natural rights. Well, you have all the rights
Well, we're having
that
a great time,
they
aren't
tell
we?
you that you already have in the
Artie,
Constitution.
you just fucking
But
own
the
my
Constitution
ass. Hey,
just
well, let's
identifies
cheers
those
it
rights
up.
for the people that are not aware of their natural rights. So once you understand
You have no
those
rights.
natural rights and how they are actually applied, and then you understand the
If
position
you think
of
you have
citizenship that
rights,
is applied to you
Google
at birth,
Japanese Americans,
it's a
1942,
privilege.
and
Citizenship
see
can
how
be revoked,
fucking
can it not?
precious your rights are.
citizenship is for residents.
No, your citizenship cannot be. Your citizenship is a fundamental right, even if you got it through naturalization.
But what if you don't want it? They applied it to you. You don't need citizenship if you was born here.
Well, that's because it's birthright. Because if you're not a citizen, then you have less rights. You have
Then you
fewer
have
rights.
then you have more rights. You know why, Artie? I had a former felony, Artie. I went to prison when I was 14, Artie. I got out when I was 21 and a half, Artie. I got out in 2003. I haven't been back since. Okay? So, therefore,
Lies.
I just here recently went down to the state of California
2007.
and filled out the ATF Brady firearm application.
Okay.
Show my passport. Show my passport ID card. Guess what happened, Artie?
So you circumvented the
Before
law?
that, I couldn't fill out that form and get approved, Artie. But guess what? I got approved. I got approved.
So
and
now
that
you got
sales took
weapons?
place,
You're a
Artie.
felon?
So how is it that I don't have any fucking rights, and the citizen that wants to go apply for that firearm that's never been to prison, and he gets to be able to get denied,
What?
but somehow I didn't?
Where?
So let me see if I
What's
add.
up with that, Artie?
Let me see if I got this straight. You just said that you were able to purchase a firearm as a felon.
Nope, I'm not a felon anymore. That person, separate legal entity, has been squashed, washed away.
He's not a sovereign citizen, though.
So just to prove it, Artie, if you go back and look at the Colorado arrest, when they took my fingerprints more than 15 times, how come they never got an answer back on my fingerprint, Artie?
Because you're a
why,
fucking
Artie,
criminal?
to this day, when I go and look up that Colorado arrest, it's not present on their books.
I will
man.
say that I agree with the folks in the chat that if you were sent to prison at 14 for a felony, it's likely that they was expunged when you reached the age of majority.
But it was
Age of
2007.
majority, you
You
don't become
served
an age
6
of
years,
majority
and
until
it
you make
happened
that
in
claim.
Oklahoma. Possession of a firearm by a
It's
felon.
automatic, no.
So it
Well, yes,
wasn't
there's two
cleared
different
up.
kinds of ages of majority. Is there not, Artie?
Well, there's the age of majority and there's the age of consent.
The and the Federal Code of Civil Regulations, Civil Code of Regulations, whatever they call it, I found person in there. I found in Title 26, person 7343. I found person in 2677.011. I found person in Title 4 was it? Yeah, Title Title 5.
Ricky, we're as you mentioned before, we already gotten a little bit behind track, right? Because we were talking about natural rights, correct? And you meant, and but the thing is, I haven't mentioned it already.
Ricky just told on himself like
says
huge.
that you have that under the Constitution you have a right to life, liberty, and property without due you have a right
Property is on
not to be
TikTok.
deprived of
Everybody,
life, liberty, or property without due
he
process.
posts
of law,
all his
correct?
greatest
So
hits
property
on
rights
What
is
What
there.
is due process?
TikTok, but he
Due
doesn't
process
want
meaning-
anybody to
process.
use them.
Due process meaning that you have the ability to have notice, a hearing, and all of
That's
the
how stupid he
procedural
is.
matters that come with being able to challenge and defend any to defend any challenge against
I'm on my
those
fourth
rights.
beer. This is just
The due process, the conduct of legal proceedings according to established rules and principles for the protection
not healthy.
and enforcement of private rights, including concepts of fundamental fairness and basic rights of procedures.
I'm not having a good time.
Due process.
Mm-hmm.
So,
With all
when-
due respect,
when-
Ricky, that
when
looks
you
like
get-
one of my cheat sheets when I was a 1L.
hey, you know what? So that's why I bought this, Artie. So that I can
Ricky is
understand
truly
these
one of those
terminologies
YouTube
that
lawyers.
When they try to apply those terminologies,
He thinks that he's like
you
this
fully understand that word salad that you like to make fun of.
word
You know,
salad,
because
Ricky.
That word salad is the same vocabulary that you use. That word salad is that very same legal definition, Artie.
My
Don't beat around
lawyer
the bush
called
about
your
factual
lawsuit
information.
against me a
Okay.
word salad, and that's how that started.
So
I'm glad it's living
fundamental
rent
rights
free
are
in your
applied,
head.
So
and natural rights are applied.
So can I
in
ask
all
you?
the same senses that the Constitution can make claim, because you don't need the Constitution doesn't give me my rights.
Okay, Ricky. On that note, what is another natural right?
Ricky,
besides property?
Ricky.
The right to be left alone.
Okay, so who?
Never.
What does that right entail? Like, how do you define that in normal everyday interaction? What does that mean precisely?
The right to be left alone means you get to accept the contract or not the contract. You get to
Okay.
pick the contract.
I'm not a sovereign
and
citizen,
not to
though.
associate or to disassociate with the contract.
Okay. So disassociate or associate. Right to be left alone. So does that mean that you?
Not to associate.
So that means that you don't have to associate with, for example, a local municipality, correct?
If the
Leave
local
Brittany
municipality oversteps the fundamental concepts of independent liberty, not freedom, because
What is
I
that?
recognize the
Liberty.
difference between
Again, what does that-
freedom
what
and
does that-
liberty.
Fuck
But
children,
what does that
and
mean,
smoke
Ricky?
meth legally.
You're giving me
liberty-
you're giving me broad terms. Liberty can mean a whole fucking lot of things, right?
And so can freedom. So can
You're
freedom.
right. Exactly. So what does that mean when a municipality oversteps and
Pea
violates
brain.
that liberty? What does that mean? Who determines whether or not an action done by a municipality violates or infringes upon that liberty?
Boom,
Well, it
roasted.
depends on where you take that claim. Who makes that decision? It depends on where you take the claim.
But see,
And what the claim.
that goes to my fundamental point, Ricky, is that who defines whether or not that liberty, aka what is the liberty,
I'm a
and what is an
libertarian.
abridgment of that liberty, and whether or not the action is an abridgment of that liberty.
Okay, I'll make it simple. All right. I'll try to do my best. Action of
Good
that
luck.
liberty is any person knowingly present in a public place that they have a right to be targeted because the idea of the officer's reasonable discretion is you're somehow a part of an event that you have nothing to do with.
You
know
rode your
nobody.
bicycle around in
You
circles
are
in
not
the
doing
middle of an
donuts,
intersection.
You're not racing anyone.
And then baited the
You're
cops.
just merely reporting the story from the local scenes
Okay.
of what is factually taking place.
Okay.
And then they decide to grab you up for exercising your journalistic
You're not a
duties.
journalist.
Okay. Perfect. All right, perfect. There is an
can't even
accusation
spell.
being made by this officer that's saying that you are committing a certain action, right? That is going against whatever social norms that was passed by ordinance of this municipality. You say that by virtue of them citing you for this is an abridgment of your liberty. Because you say that you weren't. But you say that you weren't doing X, Y, and Z, and there's no basis for this action.
Absolutely not.
Now,
Absolutely
now,
not.
no.
You posted a video of you riding around in circles.
Hold the charge.
Hold on, Ricky. Now we have two differing claim or statements by the parties here. That's going on here. Cop is saying X. The cop is claiming one thing. You are claiming the other. How are we to rectify these two opposing narratives in your system?
Boom, roasted.
The only way to do so, man, is you got to make that claim. If you don't make the claim, then you won't know. You got to make the claim. You got to assert the claim. You got to write it. You got to put it down on paper. You got to record it.
So
You got to record it, and you got to state it correctly.
So did the officer write up a citation and hand it to you?
No, he took me to jail.
So he took you to jail. Did he write up a
Yay, but didn't keep you there.
report?
He wrote a ticket for.
Oh, so it's a ticket. So then he did write down a claim that he's making against you.
Yeah, a charge. Right, a charge.
Okay, so he did write a charge that's saying that on this date, Ricky did X, Y, and Z in violation of ABC. And then he handed you a copy of that.
Ricky's looking up ABC right
No,
now.
he
What
didn't
does
hand me a
ABC
copy of
mean?
it. They gave it to me after I was released.
Oh, okay. But they gave you, they handed a copy of it to you after you were released. So they did.
When I was released the next day.
So they put things on paper and handed it to you, correct?
Yeah, that's called libel.
Well, no, the officer is making an accusation, is he not?
Yeah, he's making a false accusation.
Right,
He said,
but
he also cited me, Artie. He also cited me for not having a front headlight in the hours of darkness, and that California Vehicle Code requires any bicycle rider who is riding a bicycle in the hours of darkness have a light attached either to them or to the bicycle. I had a
Citation
camera
needed.
in my hand. Like I had, matter of fact, I had
In your
this big
hand.
in my hand.
Mm.
Thank you for admitting.
So let me get it out of here. I got a little bitty house, man, so I like to hoard my stuff. But
You live in your
see
mama's
this,
house.
See this rig right here?
Uh-huh.
My camera was right
Mama
here.
probably hates you
My
too.
phone was right here, and I
Everything you're
had
about.
a
Get a fucking
flashlight
job, Ricky.
that is mounted. That was zip tied right here.
Okay.
And
Get tired of
he
hearing
even
that.
wrote me for not having a flashlight in the darkness, in hours of darkness. So the fact that I had a flashlight in my possession, does that contradict the officer's
In
truthfulness?
your possession, but not on you or on the vehicle.
That's
He
entirely
wrote me up
possible, but
knowingly.
I'm not talking
Come on,
about.
Artie.
Hey, Ricky,
Artie
I'm not
is
talking.
there. It's a
Ricky,
fact. It's a fact.
Ricky.
It's recorded.
He's pleading his case to Artie,
Okay, I'll take a look
who's
at
a
it later, but
YouTuber.
I'm only going by what you originally were saying that you
No,
were
you're only
arguing
going by
against.
what Mitchell Crooks told you. That's all.
Who?
You're going by the edited information that was provided to you by Mitchell Crooks.
Ricky, I know nothing
Or
about this
mistaken
current
comment.
situation. Ricky, I literally know nothing about this
Okay.
current situation.
All right,
Everything
all right,
that I've been
all right,
getting,
I'll give you the I'll give you the benefit of
everything
the
that
doubt
I've been
on that.
getting
Okay.
has been coming from you about this entire endeavor.
Okay. All right. Cool. Cool.
Artie and
Well,
I actually
I'm just
don't
saying,
talk.
Artie, you know, like this guy's been been hacking me for 5 years, man.
Hacking.
He's been and he recently, he accomplished a lot. He got my channel shut down. He got my
not really.
He's attached bots and shit, man. It's cool.
I'm the porn bot guy, everybody.
Look,
I'm the porn bot guy.
minor.
That's what he said.
I can, minor setback, Artie.
Ricky, all I'm saying is I'm aware of who you're referring to.
Thanks for the shout out.
I'm not gonna pretend that I don't know who you're talking about.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is,
that's fair. Thank you.
But what I'm saying is, I literally know nothing about this current circumstance, about you getting cited about this street race. I know nothing beyond what you just told me.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you want to know, Artie, I was listening to the radio scanner, and I heard a call come over the radio. I waited about 30 minutes. And
listens to the radio scanner like it's fucking top 40.
From this scanner, I have.
He's probably mad that it's not top 40. What isn't the La Puente sheriff? What isn't their scanner chart? Why isn't it getting Emmys? Why isn't it nominated for a fucking Oscar?
Hijacking shit, the Wi-Fi or whatever.
No, right.
It's my other scanner. So I heard
Ricky hijacked the
I waited
fucking
about 30 minutes. And then I heard repeated calls come over the radio.
hotel. If you don't remember, it's so rent free in his head.
Like these innocent people that had nothing to do with it, and they were repeatedly calling Inglewood like, "Hey, we're stuck here. These guys, they won't let us move." And Inglewood's like, "Okay, we'll be there. We'll be there." And Inglewood PD isn't very far from the location of this incident, and it could have took them less.
Tom Zebra's shed wasn't very far away.
But it took them 47 minutes to arrive because they had to allow the event to build. So I waited until I heard the sirens. Well, Zebra heard the sirens. So he's like, "Hey, there comes the sirens right now." So we decided to go ahead and roll out. And we were still ahead of Inglewood. We were way ahead of them. And then.
So you decided to ride your bicycle in the middle of the intersection?
All these people just started scattering, just running, all opposite direction.
Which sounds about right. If the cops...
And I'm going there. I'm not running away.
Yeah, forgiving Jerry, hell yeah.
I'm going there. I'm not running away. I'm going there. So obviously, I don't have anything to do with this.
Okay.
So I ride by these Inglewood cops when they told me to get out of the street because California Vehicle Code says that bicycle riders have to ride their bicycle in the streets.
Okay.
So they told me to get out of the street. I got out of the street, but in the process of getting out of the street, I said, "Fuck you, drug dealers." They jumped out and attacked me and arrested me. Took me to jail for spectating.
Okay.
I mean, that's the story, Artie. I went to court.
Riding your
You heard the court proceedings. You commented on it.
And baiting the cops.
That shit got dismissed. I have the dismissal proceedings too. I don't give a shit about the court rules because they want to sell me that very same transcript from the court from a third party. When you absolutely have the right
Why were you
to access that transcript
when you know it's illegal?
So I actually don't.
Fairness,
I don't know what the rules are in California when it comes to transcripts. I can only tell you about New Jersey.
Oh, Ricky, they're just
right. And I can't tell you anything about New Jersey law, but I can tell you about California procedure.
Okay.
They're
So
racking
I can't
it
comment
up.
on Nevada's procedure. I can't comment on Wyoming's procedure. I can't comment on New York or anybody else's procedure. I can only state California's procedure because that's the procedure I understand, and that's the procedure, rules, and regulations.
Don't
currently
understand
have.
it.
Okay.
And I just want to make a better understanding. I'm not trying to say that I'm sovereign and sovereign citizen because Washington D.C.
Rent
is a sovereign
fucking
state.
free.
It's a sovereign territory. It's not.
You're
it's
not in
part of
DC, you fucking
DC
moron.
is a territory, but it's not a state, correct?
It's not a state. It's not a sovereign territory.
But DC has some level of sovereignty, but ultimately Congress is in control of the DC area. No, you're right. DC is extremely limited in what they can do in governing their own affairs because ultimately Congress has control of the DC area. Yeah.
Right, and Congress is elected as the United States, representatives?
I'm just trying to
Yes,
and the fact that people voted for them,
from the several
And
states.
whenever, regardless of the outcome of the vote, they participated in the vote. So therefore, they have no claim about the outcome of the vote.
Oh, here's the QAnon stuff.
If people voted,
It was a stolen
Right.
election,
and they participated
everybody.
in the vote,
Right.
regardless of the party that they voted for,
Okay.
being the party that won,
Right.
regardless, they have no room to complain about the outcome of the vote because they participated in that vote.
Well,
That's like you fell down, Artie, and I seen you fell down, so I stuck my hand out there for you to take my hand to help you up. And when I tried to help you up, you pulled me down too. I can't complain about you pulling me down because I extended my hand to you.
Sounds kind of gay, but okay.
And
Oh,
the result of the consequences
well, okay.
of you taking my hand, you pulled me down too, so I can't complain about
He
that.
really wants to
okay,
lay
so
on
one-
top
one
of
thing
Artie.
I want to make sure we
Catch a
we're
boner.
on the same page here. If you elect not to participate in the vote, you are still going to face the consequences of the results.
Ding, ding,
Well,
ding.
It depends if you remove your vote by, technicalities, by recording, by making certain statements on the record. Then if anybody were to use
Oh
your
my
name
God,
in a
face palm.
voting election, and you were
I
to
feel
find
you.
out
I'm
about
sorry,
it,
Artie. Why did
do
you
you not
let
have
this
recourse
fool
or
up on your
claim
panel?
to them using your
Well,
name
somebody-
in a
well,
vote that you never casted.
Well, if somebody voted in your stead and you didn't make a vote, then of course you have a claim against that. But what I'm saying is, if you decide not to make any vote whatsoever, you decide on election day that you don't want to participate, you're still going to be subject to
Well,
whatever
as a United States
consequences
national,
are.
you're not. As a United States national, you don't have the privilege to participate in the vote.
Very true. Because non-citizens do not have the right to vote.
Non-citizen, non-resident, no citizen. I seen that written on you.
Right,
I
but
got
even-
that on your, I got that.
But
No
even non-citizen immigrants are still subject to whatever laws that are passed by.
because that's a different type of citizen. That's a different type of individual.
An immigrant is not a citizen by definition.
Immigrant, yes, they are because they become naturalized and become a citizen, right?
Not if
Do they not?
a lawful permanent resident is not a citizen.
Right. They're absolutely right about that, but they have a green card.
A green card does not confer citizenship.
That's not what I'm saying, Artie. You just said lawful permanent resident does not convey citizenship, right? So to be a lawful permanent resident, you must have a green card.
Right. But that doesn't make you a citizen.
Unless you get naturalized.
If you get naturalized, then you become a U.S. citizen. Yeah.
Okay.
So Ricky's going in a loophole
if,
to get his guns?
if you were not, if you return, because people don't understand, citizen is the public benefit. Acceptance
Man,
of the public
Relk,
benefit
you defend
is
this?
the acceptance of the escheat.
Relk 1.
Identified in California.
Jose
Civil Code
Carrillo,
Procedures
you
13,
really
some
believe
section
in this
1300.
fucking moron?
So the acceptance of public benefit.
You're gonna go to the
and your citizenship,
death.
Artie, is public benefit. You are a public individual. You.
This guy
are
talks in circles.
absolutely
He's like a
present as
public figure,
public
but I
property.
can't be
That's
criticized.
why the government has control.
Like he's a
over you.
fascist, narcissist,
You know,
egomaniac
the thing is, you don't
loser.
understand, you could be a
Desperate for
tourist,
relevancy.
a foreigner tourist coming to the United States,
just
and
be here for a couple
you
months.
and if you violate the law of the state of New York, for example, you'd be subject to that law. It's not
Artie.
even if you're not a citizen.
Just make sure I don't
Boom,
get my
roasted.
I don't really care. But 'cause the
I
docs
don't want to dox you
So-
or anything. So, make
So
sure you
he
come
does
back.
that to on purpose so that he can
don't worry,
like
I'm not
try
even,
to dox
complaining about
later
it. I know
on
who the
or try
responsible party
to
is. right,
file a
see-
claim on my
see what this is, right?
privacy.
See-
But he
see where this
showed
is
that
from.
on purpose, like
Yeah.
somebody
Or
flashing a
I-797
boobie
notice of
or a
action.
dick or something.
Right?
Okay.
Okay.
That's
Now,
that's his
look right here.
tactic. That's the tactic of these people.
Let me make sure we get this in
And
there.
you know, he
We get that in
shows
there.
his address. He rides his bicycle. This is the thing with Tom Zebra. They're like, "Oh, you doxed, you doxed." You guys always
Listen,
live stream outside and inside your house. It's
Okay.
not
Say
hard
that.
for people to see where you live. On the other hand,
Your
I have
form is being returned
completely
to you
gone
for the
out of
following
my way,
reasons.
moved several times
Right.
to
Right.
avoid these fucking
That's right.
losers and their
Following
arson attacks and
I
their
have it on the
threats
screen
of
for you.
shooting me at a target range. And
Following reasons.
they still post my address, still send me emails, still harass my phone.
Okay, I see
leave
what you're
threatening
trying to
messages.
convey.
I'm not trying to convey. It says
And,
it.
and Ricky is putting up something I have to read backwards now? Like,
It's just saying that you submitted a wrong, incorrect
Oh.
form.
congrats, Artie, for
And,
even
but what does it also
trying.
say, Artie? Regardless of incorrect form.
It doesn't say shit to me. I can't read that. I can't
Regardless of
read.
it being an incorrect form.
You're not a
It does
lawful
say you're
permanent
not
resident.
LPR.
You're not a lawful permanent resident. You're not a lawful permanent resident.
And it's been terminated.
Yeah,
It's been
but
rescinded.
if
So
you
you're
were
a
never
sovereign
lawful permanent
citizen.
resident in the
What
first
is
place,
rescinded?
if you were never an LPR in the first place,
When you fill out the application for something, it asks you for anything. It'll ask you for your lawful permanent residence. When you go to the Department of Motor Vehicles, it asks you for your lawful permanent residence. It asks
He
you
had
to
a hit and
establish
run.
3
He doesn't
forms
have a license.
of residency in the state of California. It has to be a bill with the same address, has to be your birth certificate, and some other bill. It has to be 2 bills, a water bill, a phone bill, and your birth certificate or your social security card also. Then you can get your ID or your driver's license. If you don't have a bill related to your residence, Artie, you can't get a driver's license in the state of California.
okay.
So therefore, you have to have some kind of resident, right?
Okay.
Oh, act like you're bored and you're sleeping.
Your mama's
because,
basement?
then
Well,
I
the
guess
thing is-
this conversation is over because
Because you were never a lawful permanent resident in the first place because you're a U.S. citizen. No, I'm not. I've never been an LPR because I was born in the United States.
they still apply LPR to you, Artie.
No, they don't.
When you feel like
okay.
when
All right.
Ricky Monday is
Ricky,
incredibly
I love you, man,
stupid.
but-
DS11 form,
Ricky
the
Benzone
DS11 form,
is a
it's 10
felon
o'clock.
DS11 form for your
who
passport.
shows off
It
his
asks you
meth
for your lawful
baggies.
permanent
He's
residence.
proud of his
You can't debate me, Artie. That's why
I renewed my passport
Sovereign
this past
citizen
month, and I never
stance.
had to
Right.
make any
And
claim
your
about
DS11,
my
and your
LPR.
DS11, and your DS11.
Okay, you
It
said that
says
like
that
10
on the other
times.
side of your form, Artie. It says that on the
Wow,
other side of your
he
form.
just
It says,
historically
PR.
lost this
Your
debate.
lawful. Please
That's
write
why I
down your
wouldn't
lawful
even
permanent
waste a
residence.
fucking
And ask you for that.
second
Everybody fills out their lawful
debating
permanent
this
residence.
moron.
But that doesn't mean
He can't get anything through
It
his thick
asks you to
skull.
fill out your it asks you
He's
to
just
fill out
so
your address.
up on his own
it does
bullshit.
Not mean the same
He
thing
thinks
as your
he's so
status
famous,
as an LPR.
and he's such
especially if you're
a
already a U.S.
historical
citizen.
figure that he cannot be
yeah.
criticized for anything, and
All right,
like,
but-
everything
but
he
dude,
says
it's
is
10 dude,
gospel.
Ricky, it's 10 o'clock. My wings are getting. I've already gotten cold by now. I'm hungry, but I gotta stop this. We've been talking for about 2 hours now, man.
Thank you for having me on, Artie.
Please don't ever
appreciate
bring
it.
this
And all these
fuck
people
on
wanna call me
again.
Stupid. You know, that's fine. Artie, you can call me stupid, call me all these names you want, man. I remember how hostile I was last time. I
do remember
I saw
that.
how hostile, and you know,
You're
I tried
enabler.
to take in from that, and you see the difference in my attitude this time, Artie.
Well,
So
I mean,
Not really.
So I'm here in your presence, but you know, honestly,
I will grant you that you are far less hostile than you were the last time we had a 1-to-1. I will admit that.
hopefully you can just accept the fact that stop judging people for having ideas of their own freedom, and
What?
Just because someone else shares opposition of ideas from you doesn't make them any
Civilization.
less brighter or any less smarter than you are or anybody else that's watching.
All right.
So
Oh,
I wish you well, Artie.
fuck off,
Have a good
Ricky
night, man.
Pinzon, you
And,
two-time felon.
You too, man. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye. All right, I'm done. That took it out of me. I will apologize to my audience, and I need to apologize to myself by getting some food because I'm hungry. I need some food after this. But thank you very much, guys, for sticking around. All 300 of you. Hit that like button. Subscribe. And I'll see you next time. I need food. I'm but that was an event. All right. Take